Hey everyone, my name's Kerry Daigle. This is the Key Punching University call. It's been going on Monday night since 1989, but not on Zoom. It was a regular conference call at one time, and now it's turned into a Zoom call. And we're excited. Tonight's a special, special night because we've got the most requested speaker that we have in quite some time. Every week, we've got people that have contacted us and said, can you get Liza Pepple for us? We have a lot of questions. Now, a lot of you are wondering, how many questions? Well, enough. Let's put it that way. I kind of put the word out there for people to send questions over to me that you would like Liza to answer. And we've got a lot of those that are written down. So Liza, we don't have any surprises for you, but I've never seen you caught with something you cannot handle when it comes to the product line. So I really appreciate you coming on tonight.
It is my pleasure.
Well, it's just so much fun. Well, first of all, Liza, let's do this. Let's introduce you to an audience that may not know you as well as many of the veterans with our company do. Would you mind sharing your educational background and also your professional work history?
Yeah, absolutely. So, hi everyone. My name is Liza Pepple, and I am actually a chemical engineer. So I graduated in 2002 with a degree in chemical engineering from Clemson University. Go Tigers! I actually started at University of Georgia. They did not have an engineering program, so I did transfer. So go Dogs as well, just in case there's anybody out there from Georgia as well. So yeah, when I left college, I started working as an engineer, as a manufacturing engineer at an agribusiness company, essentially making some of the food ingredients that you find in products on the shelves today, and realized that that wasn't my passion. I could do it, but it wasn't something that I loved doing. And so I kind of transitioned into a role that I created for myself, and then joined Juice Plus in 2008. And really have been kind of creating my own work here as well since then. So my role here is really to lead the product team to develop and maintain our existing amazing product line. So quickly, that's where I came from and what I do.
Wow. Wow. Very interesting. Well, Liza, how did you become involved with the Juice Plus company? And what is your official title with the global operation? Hey, bear with us a minute. Looks like we have a little freeze here.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
All right. I can hear you very well. I don't see your video.
Yeah, I am going to go off video because somehow in my house, when I have video on, sometimes it is unstable. But if I turn my video off, then you can hear me. So I think it's better to hear me than see me tonight.
All right. That'll work. So the question again, I don't know if you caught it or not. How did you become involved with the Juice Plus company? And what is your official title with our global operation?
Yeah, so I actually I was interested in kind of moving on from my previous career, and got a cold call from a recruiter. I had never heard about Juice Plus before, but started talking to the executive team at the time, John Blair and Jay Martin, and really learned a lot about the company, really loved what I was hearing, really about the research was what kind of got me. So it's a nutritional supplement that's focused on quality and has research. And so I was hooked right then and there. And this was back in 2008. So my title at Juice Plus right now is Senior Director of Global Product Development. That's the official title that I hold today. But I've done everything at Juice Plus, from quality to supply chain to innovation, to my current role. So it's been a lot of fun to kind of work through lots of areas within the company.
Wow. I have several questions, Liza, from various partners who have reached out, and I will attempt to get some of these questions to you. Here's one from a national marketing director, Victoria Van Duzy from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She asked, what are 5 things that make Juice Plus products unique?
That's a great question. And Victoria, I did see in your chat, you said you had the same cup as me. I love that. These things are amazing. They hold cold water for so long. So yay. But yes, there's a lot of things that make Juice Plus products unique. To me, it really starts with the desire to ensure that we have the highest quality. And that means that we are going through every single part of our supply chain, auditing each of these pieces to ensure that everything from the seeds through the growing process, through the manufacturing process, through the packaging process, all the way until the product is shipped to your door, is both under control and delivering the same high quality product every single time. So that's one thing that kind of keeps it unique. The second thing, and I mentioned it a little bit already, is our research. I think there is no other company that holds the amount, the breadth and depth of our research as we do. And I would use this as a kind of a third piece. The amount of people that we reach with our research outside of just you guys, outside of partners and customers, is amazing. So we have something, this is my third thing, is we have the Juice Plus Science Institute, which I'm not sure many of you know about, but this is an entire institute that is headed by the managing director, Dr. Manfred Lamprecht, who is a brilliant scientist who loves nutritional research and actually started by doing two of the clinical research projects on Juice Plus. Got so excited about it that he came and worked for the company and started this Juice Plus Science Institute that studies not only Juice Plus products, but all things having to do with nutrition in food. So they're looking for unique opportunities to showcase the benefits of things like polyphenols in produce, and to identify where in the world we have produce growing at any given time. Where are there whole food deserts that we need to start looking at filling? So to me, that is something that is not a lot of companies can say that they have a science institute that supports them. So the fourth thing that I think is really great, and if we're talking just about the products, it's the fact that we have a unique blend of both whole food ingredients and what I like to call the plus side, which is the kind of more concentrated nutrients. It still comes from plants, but these are things like the beta carotene, the mixed tocopherols, the lutein and lycopene, the astaxanthin and the spirulina. These are the things that add to the benefits of those amazing whole food powders. And one of the things that makes that so important is the fact that when you look at the research, you see that that combination of whole food powders and those plus side concentrates from plants, that combination together really creates a 1 + 1 = 3 effect, rather than just a 1 + 1 = 2 effect. And I honestly would say it's 1 + 1 = 3,000, but I don't have scientific proof for that, so I can't say that directly. And then the last thing I think that's so important about our Juice Plus products, or so unique about our Juice Plus products, is the way that we sell them. It's the community of people that we line with, both in the field to talk about our products, to share our products, but also throughout our corporate organization, our corporate structure, and all the way back to our farmers. Every one of us feels like we are part of a community that's really here to support the mission of healthy living around the world. And to me, there is nothing that is more exciting than being part of a community that will support you and that you can support in so many different ways. So those would be my top 5.
Okay, very good. That's interesting. I've got this question from San Marcos, California, John Gorner. He asked, we have over 40 published studies. How many are peer-reviewed?
That's a great question. We have right now, as of today, 48 published papers, and all of them are peer-reviewed.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, Monica de Biodox, she's from Mexico. She's an SSC. She asked, What is the difference between the bioavailability and the absorption of Juice Plus products versus traditional supplements?
That's an amazing question. And I touched on it just a little bit in one of my top fives, because I do think that that is something that makes Juice Plus products so unique, is the fact that the bioavailability of Juice Plus is the combination of those whole food powders, the fruit and vegetable powders, those 30 different fruits and vegetables that are just dehydrated and put into our capsule, and the plus side ingredients that I talked about as well. That combination allows our body in some way to be able to absorb and utilize the nutrients in a much more efficient way. And it's not just that our bodies are absorbing them, so the bioavailability is important, but it's also how our bodies utilize those nutrients. And that's one of the things that one of our clinical studies showed not that long ago. It's in a journal called Polyphenols, and it's one of my favorite studies. And it actually showed that your body utilizes the polyphenols within our product, but it also creates additional polyphenols that it then utilizes as well. And what this means is that your body is actually taking the nutrients within Juice Plus, using those as they are, but also using them to create additional nutrients that your body needs. So it's not just that it gets into your bloodstream, but it's that your body knows how to use it. And to me, that is something that is, I don't know another product on the market that can say that.
Well, I'm going to get off track a little bit, and I'm going to ask you this question. I heard you just mention one of your favorite studies. So what are your favorite studies and why?
Yeah, that study in polyphenols, it's the absorption and utilization of the polyphenols within Juice Plus. That study to me is incredibly exciting because, like I said, goodness, something stuck in my throat. Because it does show what your body does with the ingredients, and it also is looking at the whole food portion of the product. So a lot of our studies focus on the nutrients like the vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. Again, all of that comes from plants too, but those are easier to measure, and so what researchers have a tendency to be more comfortable with. The polyphenol study really looked at things that are more unique and differentiating. So it really highlights the fact that our product is very different, and it showcases how your body uses those nutrients. But the other study I really love is a study, actually there's two more. One is a study on nutrigenomics, and that means it's a study looking at how your body's genes react to Juice Plus, to something that it takes in. So this nutrigenomics study looked at specific genes to see if your body upregulated or downregulated them after taking Juice Plus. So this is about looking at how it's the mechanism of action, is what we call it in the scientific world. So it's how it works. It's working by actually modifying your genes. And that is incredibly important because we all think that we're born with a genetic makeup that we can't outrun, right? Our parents and our grandparents had heart disease or cancer or something, diabetes or something that created challenges in their body. And so we think we're predisposed to this, and that's true. But that doesn't mean that we are destined to live the same lives. We do have the ability, through the things that we put into our body, through the things that we ingest, to really change that dynamic. And this study showed that in a very real way. So from a scientific perspective, we can really support the fact that Juice Plus does modify your genes in a positive way. And then the last study I think is really cool is one of the studies that was published very recently, and it was looking at mental function. And it essentially showed that by taking Juice Plus, you're able to recall things faster, and you're able to more quickly identify challenges in your brain. So you're able to do things a little better by taking Juice Plus. Your brain works just a little bit faster and a little bit better when you take Juice Plus. And I need that every single day because my brain goes in 75 different directions. And if something can help me to focus when I need to, I am all in for that. So those are the studies I really like. I
Well, after
love them
hearing the
all,
last one,
but
after hearing that last one, I'm sure Mickey's could probably want me to take a double juice plus in everything that I'm doing now. Well, our complete product line has two choices. One is with soy and one is without soy.
yes.
Why do we have a soy-free product that was added, and what's the difference between the two?
That's a great question. I think, the soy-free version is something that we've been asked by the field to do for a very long time. And it's really to support people who have soy intolerances or soy allergies. Soy is one of the top allergens in the world. And so we do understand that that limits people from being able to take our product if they do have an allergen. So that's really the reason. Soy, there's nothing harmful about soy. There's nothing unsafe about soy. It's the most complete vegan protein available. So we love it, but it is, some people are allergic. So we wanted to give them an option as well. And the differences are really kind of minor. So we included the same macronutrients, the same amount of protein, virtually the same amount of fiber. It has a little bit more fiber in there, the same amount of sugar. All of those things are the same. And essentially, we just went about it a slightly different way. So there were some ingredients that were available when we developed the soy-free version that were not available when we developed the original soy version. So these are things like the vegan vitamin B12 and, some of those nutrients that that just weren't available when we first developed the soy version. So what I would say is it's just a slightly elevated version of the very same product we've always loved. And we took it essentially, tried to make it taste as close as possible to our existing product so that it would be very familiar to people who maybe had tried our original version and either for one reason or another were unable to continue taking it. So those are really the differences. Very similar products, just a different source of protein. The protein in the soy-free version comes from pea, rice, pumpkin seed, and sunflower seed. So great protein sources. And together they create a very similar amino acid profile to what you'd get from soy, which is the most complete amino acid profile available in the world.
Oh, wow. Here's a question that was one of the first questions that came to me, and it was sent to me twice by the same gentleman. He's an undefeated professional boxer. His name is Sammy Castaneda. He's from South Texas. And he's a big, big fan and a user of the Juice Plus Perform. What are the ingredients? His question is, what are the ingredients that makes the Juice Plus Perform unique to other high protein powders?
Yeah, I think that that's a great question. So we really purposely developed the Juice Plus Perform product to be a product that helped with recovery. So it has the protein in there that you need, the 25 grams of protein in there. It's fairly low in sugar. It does not have the additional fiber, which can sometimes make people feel not so great as they're working out. So we didn't need that in this particular product, but we included things like a blend of B vitamins, which provide additional energy. So after you work out, you want your cells to recover and you need to create that cellular energy. And B vitamins are a great way to jumpstart that cellular energy development. So we included the B vitamins there for that. We also included vitamin C from acerola cherry, which helps with collagen production. Now, a lot of people don't know that collagen is essentially just another protein, and your body makes it on its own. Now, some people will take a collagen supplement. Those are generally come from animal parts that aren't so good, but to each their own. But what they don't think of is that your when you ingest collagen, your body sees it as any other protein. So it's just going to break it down into its essential amino acid components, the exact same way as your body does with any protein source, including the soy in Perform. Now, what your body will do with those amino acids, if it has vitamin C available and some enzymes, it will then preferentially make collagen from that. So we included the vitamin C. Your body naturally has the enzyme. So we included the vitamin C to ensure that your body could turn some of those amino acids in the protein into collagen. And a lot of people think of collagen as something that they use for beauty. It helps with skin plumpness and thickness, but it also helps with joints. And that is incredibly important as you work out. So making sure your joints are comfortable and lubricated, and collagen certainly helps with that. But we also included a couple of unique components that are high in polyphenols, tart cherry and beetroot. And those two ingredients are amazing in their ability to really break down lactic acid so you don't get as sore as you would normally get. So your muscles don't have that soreness. And the importance of that when you're working out is that you can work out a little bit harder, recover a little bit faster, and be able to get back into the gym to do it again. And I think people, I know Carrie knows this for sure, but you grow muscle essentially by tearing it down and rebuilding it. That's what happens every time you're working out. And so that process is what can create a lot of pain. And so being able to utilize some ingredients that will help mitigate the pain and the recovery time will help you be able to increase muscle tone even faster by getting back in the gym and working a little bit quicker than you had before. So to me, those are the ingredients that kind of make Perform very special.
Well, Sammy, I hope you're listening real well, and I hope you played a recording again, because Sammy keeps telling me over and over his recovery from his training camps, which are very intense, have changed drastically after being on the Juice Plus Perform. So I understand why now. Thank you so much.
That's so good to hear. And yes, I'm glad.
Well, this question is going to come from one of our medical doctors, Dr. Mark Freeman. He's tabbed and everyone calls him the Omega Doc. He always wants to talk about the omegas. And he does great presentations on the omegas. But here's his question. What makes the omegas so very different from other fish oil and other omega products?
This is one of my favorite topics as well. I think Omega was the first kind of true product I developed from start to finish at Juice Plus. So, I guess kind of my firstborn, if you will. So always will have a very special place in my heart. But people forget that fish actually get their omega-3 DHA and EPA from algae, from eating algae. So the little fish eat the algae, the bigger fish eat the little fish, and then the big fish eat the medium fish. And all of that comes, though, the DHA and EPA comes from the algae. So we decided to skip the middle fish and go straight to the original source and really just extract the omega-3s from the algae. There's a couple of benefits to this, in my opinion. First of all, it is the original source. So there's nothing that is going to cross-link in the fish's body and have additional fats that are absorbed as well. And that also allows us to not have to grow our DHA and EPA in the ocean. And unfortunately, our oceans are getting fairly polluted. And especially the bigger fish that sometimes you can get the omega-3s from have a lot of additional things that maybe aren't the best. That's why pregnant women really shouldn't be eating sushi, or they suggest that pregnant women should eat sushi. But we don't have to deal with any of that because our omega-3s, our algae is grown in controlled, closed environments so that we can control the nutrients that they need so that they can create the most amount of EPA and DHA for us. but additionally, there's no contaminants in there. So it's a very clean product, and we're not participating also in overfishing and polluting our oceans any further than they already are. So to me, that's really important. But what makes Juice Plus Omega so unique is that we also took the same approach with omegas as we do with our fruit, vegetable, and berry capsules. And that's the idea that the whole is better than the sum of the parts. And this idea of not just omega-3, but adding omega-5, omega-7, omega-6s and 9s from nature, from amazing clean sources like sea buckthorn berry oil and pomegranate seed oil. These are things that are incredibly powerful in more ways than just their fatty acid content. Sea buckthorn berry oil and pomegranate seed oil in particular are loaded with polyphenols. And what we see is that we've done a clinical study on this product already. And what we actually saw was that with about half of the dose that a normal fish oil supplement gives, in about half of the time, we were able to, with Juice Plus Omega, we were able to significantly increase the omega-3 content or the omega-3 index of people in their blood at the same rate than other products with twice the amount of omegas do in twice the amount of time. So it's a really powerful blended omega that is so different than anything else you see on the market. And one of the really, really cool things about our omega is that it plays well with others. So what I mean by that is that when you combine our omega blend with our fruit, vegetable, and berry blend, you can almost double the potency of the omega blend. There again, it's the sum of the parts are better than any single component. It is so cool to see how our products play together and to see the benefits of the omega blend being supported and even elevated by our fruit, vegetable, and berry capsules really tells a story to me. But probably the most unique piece of our omega blend is our capsule itself. And that to me is something that we worked on very, very hard. And a lot of omega products, a lot of the fish oil products that you'll see on the market, anything oil or liquid, is usually in something called a soft gel. And these are those kind of squishy, capsule-y looking things that you see in the stores. Y'all with me? Some nods. Everybody knows what I'm talking about? Good. Okay.
Yes.
So those are created around the oil itself. So you have to heat the shell matrix, wrap it around the oil, and then cool it. And unfortunately, the worst possible things for oils is oxygen and heat, because it really starts the degradation process of the oils anytime you add heat or oxygen to them. And so I didn't want, we spent all this time focusing on the ingredients, focusing on the beauty of the ingredients, making sure that the pomegranate seed oil, the sea buckthorn berry oil, the raspberry seed oil, tomato seed oil, and the amazing algal oils are high quality and super nutritious and very, very clean. And then I didn't want to damage them by putting them in a soft gel. So we worked with a company who's made our capsules for a long time. And they actually had a technology which allowed for cold filling oils into a hard shell capsule. And they have a unique sealing technology which seals the capsule pieces together. So we decided that we needed to use that technology, but they didn't have the shell matrix, the tapioca pullulon shell matrix available in this liquid capsule yet. So I forced them, I tied their hands behind their backs, I made them work 14-hour days until they developed the pullulon capsule in this Lee cap form for us, because that pullulon has the best barrier protection because of the structural integrity of it, has the best barrier protection against oxygen and moisture. So we are making sure that we are not allowing moisture or oxygen into our capsule because of that shell matrix. We are cold filling that capsule, so we're not adding any heat to it. And that bubble that's inside the omega, what people don't realize is that bubble is actually nitrogen. So what we're doing is we're pushing the oxygen out of that capsule before we close it, so that that capsule doesn't have any oxygen in there to start that degradation process going forward. So it's a combination of technology, agriculture, and quality that made our Omega blend so unique.
Wow, what a great detailed answer. I get so many questions, and I get so many people from the medical community that get so excited when they look at the label and they look at all the different omega blends that are in there. They go, wow, this is like 10 years ahead of its time. So what a great explanation there. I have another question about the omegas that came in a couple of days ago too, and this is a good one for a lot of people in the field. Why does the omegas have or why do the omegas have a supplement label, although we know it's designed and marketed as a plant food?
That's a great question. And the answer to that is really about what you can label on nutrition panels and what you can label on supplement panels. So nutrition labels are really meant for foods. Generally, it's more macronutrient focused than micronutrient focused. So if we had our omega product and had a nutrition facts panel on it, the only thing we would be able to label is that it contains fat. We wouldn't be able to tell you what the omega levels are and which were which in there. And so we decided that at that point in time, it was much better to have a supplement panel so that we could describe the product in much more detail, so that you guys could see exactly what was in there and how much of each of those omegas were contributing to the finished product. So it was really about being able to highlight the benefits of the ingredients and the detail of each ingredient, as opposed to just saying it has, 1 gram of fat.
Okay, very interesting. Recently, Mickey and I were with you in Las Vegas.
Yes.
And we saw you having a couple of little private meetings with Mark Ledoux and talking about, possibly new product introduction and and some other things that you're looking to do. Would you mind sharing who Mark Ledoux is and maybe a little bit about your conversation and what your plans are for the future?
Yeah, so Mark Ledoux is the founder and president of NAI, Natural Alternatives International, and they're our contract manufacturer. So they have been helping us make products since the origins of Juice Plus back in 1992. And over the years, we've gotten a really good working relationship with them. They know we kind of work as brother and sister teams here. It's all one big happy family, looking at what we managing quality pieces, managing formulations, managing product development, packaging, all of those things we do together, which is really exciting to work with them. And actually, yeah, we were talking about new products and new concepts. So, as Travis has come in and as we've started really kind of identifying the best way forward for Juice Plus, we've identified that there may be some opportunities that we are missing out on that we can take advantage of. Some other products that maybe would be that Juice Plus could kind of do better than other companies out there. And so right now we're in the process of evaluating. I think we've got 55 different concepts that we're evaluating from a number of different people, including our internal team. And we're going to kind of take the executive team through those concepts and come up with what we think is the best product ideas for you guys. So things that will complement our existing product line, things that are products that you guys are probably already familiar with in a general sense. But if you think about the way that we did omegas, taking a product concept like omega-3s and doing it in an elevated manner. That's what we're looking to do. We're looking to keep it whole food based. We're looking to make sure that we are doing it at the highest quality, scientifically based. We want to do research on any new product that we're going to launch. And we want to make sure that it is going to match the needs of our people and play very nicely, just like Omega plays super nicely with our fruit, veg, and berry capsules. We want to make sure that it's complementing the entire product line. So we've got some ideas. We've got a short list of a couple of ideas, but I can't tell you guys what those are right now because, you know, I'd have to kill you, and this is too many people to bury.
That's great. Well,
I'm just kidding, by the way. I don't kill anything.
This is a question that's very important because we deal with a lot of athletes, and this is primarily a question that's going to be related to the professional, Olympian, and collegiate athlete. More and more athletes are being tested by VADA, which is Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, WADA, WADA, which is the World Anti-Doping Association, and also USADA and similar organizations. A lot of anti-doping agencies in professional sports, collegiate, and also Olympian. And a large percentage of those that fail drug tests are failing from taking supplements with hidden agents in the product line. I know this because I've been involved in professional sports for over 40 years. Could you share the importance of NSF certification and what it stands for, and how that can assist the uneducated athlete on what to look for in a product to take without complications?
Absolutely. So the NSF certification, NSF actually does two different certifications. They do a standard certification called NSF Contents Verified. And essentially that means that they look at the contents of our products. They ensure that what we have on the label is actually in the product. So we can't put something on the label and not have it in a meaningful amount in our products. They also look to ensure that everything that's in our product is on our label. So we cannot hide anything in our products without declaring it on our label. So that's the first kind of step that they do. They also ensure that there are no harmful levels of contaminants in the product of any kind. So that includes things like heavy metals, pesticides, microbiological contaminants, all kinds of different things that they test for. That's their standard certification. And then Juice Plus has an additional level of certification on specific lots of product, specific batches of product, which is called NSF Sport. And this goes through an additional level of testing, and it is batch specific, meaning that they certify only specific batches of this. And it really is for those athletes that need to have that extra layer of confidence, because what they're doing is testing for all of those WADA, VADA, USDA, all of those banned substances. They test for, I think it's over 500 substances at this point in time, to ensure that there are no trace levels of any of those in our products. So it's the same exact product that we make for everybody, but certain batches have the NSF for Sport certification so that the athletes can actually purchase that NSF Sport certified product and know that that specific batch of product was tested and proven to be entirely free of all of the banned substances that they will be tested for. So that it is, as Carrie said, it is, kind of idiot proof. They don't have to think too much. They don't have to know too much. They just see that NSF for Sport certified seal on the product, and they know that it's safe to take.
I was in touch with the NSF certification people, and they said that the United States alone, there's 55,000 supplements, and less than 1% have the NSF certification, which means they're clean. Any comments on that?
Yeah, that's very true. It's a very costly certification, and it takes quite a long time to test for all of those substances. So it's complex, but it is well worth it, especially for those athletes who know that they're going to be tested. So we are certainly willing to do that right now. Our fruit, vegetable, and berry capsules have that certification. We are currently in process of getting that same certification for Omega Blend and Complete.
Wow. Well, our program for the children is designed naturally for children and young adults from 4 years of age to 25 years old. It's a program that our legendary leader, Jay Martin, is known for designing. Would you mind sharing how it works for the newcomers and its benefits as a PR tool? Well,
Sorry, I got muted. And then I couldn't unmute myself.
did you
Um,
hear my question?
Yes, I heard your question.
Okay.
So yes, so it's a great program. And, I think it's amazing that we do this. I think Jay coming up with this idea was one of the best things that we've ever done, because it really shows our support for encouraging healthy living in all people. So this program is really about supporting children. And so any adult can purchase our Juice Plus capsules or chewables and get chewables for a child for free. And they can do this from the age of 3 years old until the age of 25 years old. And there is no limit for how long they can do this. So children can get their Juice Plus for free as long as an adult is purchasing a product as well, which is fantastic, because that means that the whole family is getting the support and of the nutrition in Juice Plus, and being able to really work together to support each other.
Okay, wow, that's awesome. How about in closing tonight, Lisa, any final comments that you have for the audience?
I think that we are really at the precipice of something amazing at Juice Plus. And so, regardless of where you are in your Juice Plus journey, whether you're just starting to take the product, or you've been taking the product and recommending it for a little while, or you're people like Mickey and Carrie who've been with Juice Plus since the very beginning, I think we are all at this place where we can really see amazing nutritional benefits, but also a need in people for both the products to support their nutrition, because we're getting into an era of time where I think that there's going to be more and more physical challenges assaulting our bodies at any given time. And the best thing we can do is have a great nutritional support to be able to help our bodies fight off the things that are coming at us naturally. But also the fact that this is a great community to be oriented with. So the people that are around you, the people that invited you today, they're a great support system for you. They're here to really help, not just in nutrition, but also in life. And it is an opportunity to make just a little bit more money, depending on how much work you're willing to put in. You can make a little bit or a lot of bit of money talking and sharing about Juice Plus. So I think there's so much opportunity and so much need for our products, for our community, for the support that we provide each other, and for the mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. So I think that's what I'd probably close with.
Well, we really appreciate you spending your time with us tonight, and feeding all of us a lot of practical tips, wit, and wisdom that we can put in the hands of every person in our organization. And that's what this was all designed for. And we do appreciate you so much. I'm going to take this off of recording so everyone could tell you good night. 1 minute, please.